Kia ora, welcome back everybody. Here with part 2 of my reaction to Magnus, and this time he's going through the French Foreign Legion piece, the test, the military test that everyone's meant to fail. So let's jump back in.
Allez, allez, allez. Hey, va chercher loin, va chercher loin. Allez, c'est parti.
I've started to shiver now. It's like I'm trying to control my shivering, but right now it's impossible. But yeah, it's starting to. It's not hard to talk.
So this is where I really started to struggle. It seemed like the lieutenant had placed all the worst swimmers in my group. The three that were originally in front, that were now moved to the back, had zero swimming experience. And I could hear them. It sounded like they were drowning behind me. And that while watching that other group move so much faster than us. So at this point, my motivation was very low. And I was almost ready to throw in the towel and just give up.
Réveille, réveille. Allez. Oh, oh, on a fort, en avant, lâche pas là-bas.
That's tough, man. Been in the water close to an hour, I think I saw there, when he was talking, and he's seen another group that's well ahead of them, so they seem to be moving okay. Magnus is saying that he thinks maybe the instructors put all the weak swimmers in his group. Maybe that's what they did. And so good thing that I've heard so far, he hasn't quit. So he says he was close to quitting, so I'm assuming he carries on and perseveres through it. And that's tough, being in that water. I don't know what that like obviously they said it's about 10, maybe 12 degrees in terms of the water temperature and the certain time of year where they are for what they're doing there. still cold, and that's a long swim. So it was during the day on the last reaction when they got to wherever it was in the boats with their paddle, and they did some stuff. I don't know if that was still morning or if it was the afternoon or whatever. And then they're in the water. So again, I don't know if they went into the water. I don't think it showed us the time, or if it did, I didn't take any notice of it. I didn't see the time of when they entered the water, when they were all connected with their ropes and all their gear on. So then now they're going and it's blank and dark time. So I think they've been in the water a lot longer than an hour. Two hours, 15 minutes later, it says time spent in the water. That is a heck of a long time. A long swim, a long slog. He's really trying to move quick to get out of that water, pulling on the rope, trying to get others to move along as well. I don't blame him.
My legs are not working.
Allez, avancez, 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 avancez. Décrochez-vous après, décrochez-vous, décrochez. Décroche, décroche. Allez, allez, hey, sortez de l'eau, arrêtez d'être impossible. Oh, hey, bouge, bouge là. Allez avec vos camarades chercher les bateaux. Jogging, jogging. Allez, courez, courez. Jogging. Allez en avant. Faut courir.
It's freaking cold.
It's awesome. Getting them moving again, get that blood flow going. I heard Magnus saying when he come in, his legs weren't working. Well, they're working all right, well enough. So it's really cool to see this and see Magnus go through this, as well as the other candidates that are actually there wanting to join the Legion. But it just gives you an indication of how much we are capable of, each of us individually, whether you're special forces or not. Just how much more there is to give, how much more we can take. Hence that messaging around just keep turning up, keep staying in the fight. we are capable of taking a heck of a lot more than we think. And so good to see them running, get the blood flow going. I've been getting a little bit chilly, feeling a little bit of goosebumps just watching them.
It was never ending. It felt like it made forever. And it's a weird sensation when you get on land. It's like your feet are not working at all. It's really, so I was like, I got to, when I felt my feet touching, I was like, there was nothing, no power at all.
I love seeing him in the moment talking about what it is that he's feeling, what it is it's going through. That's what makes his content in my eyes just awesome, because you can see him, he's still shivering. His speech is still not as clear as what he normally is when he hasn't been in the water for over 2 hours and been cold and now getting out and trying to move around again. It's a battle, and it's awesome to see him. Just, to me, seems like he's thriving in it. He's really embracing it, everything, every aspect of it, punishments, discipline, whatever. Clearly he's got some license to be able to do some talking as he needs to and when he needs to, and there's safety measures put in place so that if he goes, no, I'm done for this part of the training or whatever, sounds like they'll accommodate him. So yeah, cool to see.
The staff sergeant was so funny. Like every time they do something wrong, they get smacked on the head or kicked in the butt. Like it's like it's another level of like discipline here.
Really cool to see. Man, he's struggling, you can see it. But funny hearing him speak about the staff sergeant just smacked on the head with the pole, or pushing the backside or in the back with it to hurry up.
It was way cooler than I thought it'd be. My whole body is shivering right now, and it's like, yeah, I can't feel anything really.
No finish.
No finish.
No finish.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn
Légion étrangère, no finish. Levez-le, putain, arrêtez de traîner.
I guess we have to carry the boat up again. It's gonna be crazy hard. I don't think I've ever been this cold. It's like it's hard to speak right now.
C'est parti.
On répond avec un bonsoir. Quand on nous dit bonsoir, on dit bonsoir, monsieur.
When someone says good evening, you say good evening back. That's essentially what I got out of there. Not going to try to butcher the French accent.
This is the coldest day I think I ever had. I was definitely in the slowest group too. I was like, oh my god. I saw the other guys to just disappear, and I was like in front trying to get the pace up. But today was supposed to be a rest day, so I can't even imagine what tomorrow's going to be like.
So as the first day was coming to an end, I was gifted 7 hours of sleep, which I thought was very generous. And that is because I just came from the other military tests, and no one has done these two tests back to back. So they probably felt a little bit bad for me, but the rest of the group were not so lucky. So they had to go out, stay up all night and complete some brutal tests.
So they started with 30 men and now they're down to 18.
So that's cool that he got a 7-hour hip, but also, as he mentioned, he's come from a back-to-back doing the other piece. But I guess to maybe put that into some context, I haven't seen the other video yet of what he's done. I don't know if this group of 18 that are left now from the 30 that were there, I don't know if he was with them on that part of I'm assuming he was, because I'm assuming this is all part of the same selection process to make it into this unit. So if he's come from that and then gone on to this, it just gives you a bit of an idea, like full credit to him again as a civilian going through. But these other guys that he's been with likely have come straight from that I'm guessing, so I don't know. But if they're on the selection course and that's what he's been there doing, and there's different filming and stuff of what he's been doing, going from that other day back to back into this day, or the day before this one, sorry, where he was cold, is just, in my mind, is just part of the process. So, he's very, very fortunate and that makes sense as well. You're not what's the words I'm looking for? The military French Foreign Legion, they're smart enough, educated enough to know that, hey, yeah, this guy is a civilian, so there's certain probably safety precautions, measures and stuff that they want to put around that to make sure that he's okay, and his team that are doing the filming. Not that they're doing all the physical activity, but there'll be some physical elements and stuff, I suppose, for them. With regards to the candidates, though, like, hey, it's just another day, eh? You go from that other testing, back it up into that day, now back it up into this day where they didn't get any sleep by the sounds of things at night, and now they've got to get ready. There was 30, now there's 18 of them, and Magnus has joined back in after getting, a good sort of 7 hours sleep, as he mentioned. Or 7 hours rest anyway.
So yesterday when we got back here, they did a martial art test where we saw guys coming back from the tests with, like, one looked like he had a broken rib, like he could hardly walk, he had to be carried out, and the other guy had a bloody nose. I don't know if it was broken or what, but they went really hard on the guys. Oh, there's one guy. That guy's that's the guy with the broken ribs. See, he had to be carried around.
Dépêche! On est en retard! Colonne par un, vous rentrez dans les véhicules. Vous mettez les bonnets.
That's it, eh? Unfortunate in terms of if that guy can't carry on with whether he's got broken ribs or something's going on there, or a strain, an intercostal strain or something like that, who knows. But yeah, if you can't breathe, you're going to struggle to put the pack on your back, and whatever it is that they're about to do now, probably not the go. So yeah, that's probably him done from the course. But it's, yeah, there's a bit of luck in everything, eh, with regards to selection courses, work, training, whatever it is that you're doing. And unfortunately, yeah, doesn't seem like, anyway, doesn't look like that guy will be able to continue on, I wouldn't imagine, if he's not able to do each aspect of the course.
C'est pas traîner les obstacles, qu'on va les sortir au niveau du cabanon. Le brigadier chef, on les sort. C'est top.
So now they're carrying out the obstacles that we're going to do. And we're on another side of Marseille, and the water is supposed to be a lot colder here. Still have the shivers from yesterday, and just the thought of getting back into the water now, and especially since it's so early.
I was going to say, he's probably got the shivers because he knows and is looking at the water, and the body's going, bloody hell, I remember what we just went through last night, and now we're about to get in the water again.
How are you feeling about getting in the water again?
Nice. I like the water.
You like the water?
I like it.
You don't think it's going to be cold?
A little bit. But now, yesterday was really hard, but we do it.
But you're from Brazil, right? The water is a little bit warmer in Brazil than here, I think. A lot hotter.
Hey, tout le monde à l'eau! Tout le monde à l'eau! Tout le monde à l'eau!
Wow. From Brazil. Obviously, they get people from all over the world, right? But yeah, from Brazil, where it's definitely a heck of a lot warmer. But he seems happy. Seems like he's got a good attitude, and he's still in it, eh? Still turning up, and seems to be going strong. Like, not worried about anything. When Magnus has asked him, how does he feel? I guess Magnus may have been expecting him or others to feel similar to him, still having the shivers from last night or whatever. But yeah, I think that's part of the difference, eh? When you know why it is that you're wanting to go do something, and you're fully committed, and you prepare well, physically, mentally, all that sort of stuff. Clearly he has an understanding of what it is that he's wanting to do, what he's signing up for. And that helps with your preparation, not only physically, but mentally.
Phase 2 qui vont aller dans l'eau. Hey, sautez! Bravo, attachez les postes. Attachez les postes. Les franco-postes, réveillez-vous. Hey, là-bas. Allez, hop, hop, hop.
I'm surprised the old mate even had to be kicked. I would have thought he would have just got in when he saw everybody else. I mean, you know, that you'll have a target on your back. If you're seen to be sitting on the side while the rest of your mates or your cohort or your group are in the water, and you've already been told to get in the water and you haven't got in. I love how they just boot him and kick him into the water. I think maybe other ones would probably kneel down next to him and go, are you getting in or are you ready to quit? You know, and then give him that time. But either way, like whatever that candidate number is, that candidate number's going in my little notebook. Did not jump in the water. There'll be some commentary and stuff around there. Delayed reaction, whatever you want to call it, in terms of what they may discover if they have a conversation with him. But interesting. But I do love the fact they just boot him in there.
I don't understand what they're saying.
10 secondes pour sortir. 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3,
This was just horrible. After all of yesterday, to get back in that cold water, and especially in the morning, it seemed like the lieutenant was doing everything he could to break us and make us quit. But I was determined to carry on and not to let him win.
9, 8, 7, 6.
Great attitude, Magnus. Awesome. That is what he's trying to do. That is part of the process. It's conditioning and retraining and trying to figure out or allow those that are on the course to figure out if you want to be there or not, if you want to serve there, in this case, with the French Foreign Legion. And that is exactly what he's doing. He's looking to break you down physically, mentally. And those that quit, those are the ones that they don't want. You don't want to be going into conflict or combat with people that are going to quit. You don't want that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pas bon, tout le monde à l'eau. Tout le monde à l'eau. Tant que c'est pas bon, on va continuer. On va continuer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Allez, une ligne. Allez, c'est parti derrière moi.
Now it was time for the obstacle course, and it started with a 12-meter jump. Then you have to swim and dive down to retrieve a gun, and then go through the obstacle course and climb your way out of it. All this within 5 minutes, which sounded okay, but at the same time, in the state that I was in, I knew that this was going to be really tough.
Sorry, I'm going to rewind this back because that belly flop was gold. But awesome course. 12-meter drop, then a dive to get the weapon, I think I heard him say. Then they've got to get in something like 5 minutes. That's not a lot of time. But anyway, hang on, let me just go back. I want to see that belly flop again. Here we go.
But at the same time, in the state that I was in, I knew that this was going to be really tough.
It is almost my turn. It's hard to just stay warm. This water is around 8 degrees Celsius, so it's really freaking cold. Kind of nervous for this. The good thing about the stuff like this is that when I get back home, I'm going to appreciate everything so much more, you know, sleeping in a warm bed, taking warm showers, not freezing.
That's an awesome point. I mean, you don't have to go through something like this to appreciate what you have, you know, that the common saying, first world problems and all that sort of stuff. But it's nice to hear Magnus, in this case, talk about that. Like, I know plenty of people that are not soldiers or that have never served in the SF or anything like that, but who just, and there's thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of them, right? The people that really do appreciate what they have. It may not seem like much to other people, maybe in comparison if you're looking at materialistic things wise, but it's nonetheless pretty awesome to be able to have whatever it is that we have in our lives. And just to hear him mention that and being able to appreciate things a lot more, yeah, you definitely when you go away and or when you serve on operations, or even if you don't serve on operations, if you spend your time traveling around third world countries and spending time in those environments with the people, living with the locals, eating what they eat, living how they live, when you come home into a place here in New Zealand or Australia or UK, US, wherever, and you have a home, an actual home, a roof over your head, etc. You've got power, you've got hot water, you've got gas. You really, it hits home, I think, anyway, and it makes you very appreciative of what you have. What's that? Stop. Turn that off. There's an alarm for another task that I need to do, but I'll just edit that out.
Oh, les gars. Hands by side.
There's a nice pin drop. Looked like it stayed nice and upright all the way down, and yeah, good work.
Exactly here. Push with your legs, push with your legs. Push with your two legs, step down, step down. Push with your legs.
Oh,
Those instructors are telling me, push with your legs, push with your legs.
shit, man.
This just felt impossible. I am not sure if I was fatigued or what it was, but I just couldn't get over that obstacle. To be fair though, only one guy before me had made it, but I was just so surprised how a simple looking obstacle like this could feel so hard.
That's interesting. Only one other person before him got over that first obstacle. It says a lot. Yeah, don't know it until you're in it, eh? I've never done an obstacle like that.
Come on. That's through. You should keep in your head inside in the water. It's not quickly. Okay. One more time. It's not good. You should keep all the time your head under the water, okay?
So not allowed to pop up and try to get air, even though you can push up on the net. So yeah, needs to stay under. So do it again.
Come on. Voilà, okay. Put your legs on the cloth. Let's go.
Man, these are cool obstacles, like challenging obstacles, and just looking at them going, far out, that's a lot of work. He's at 3 minutes 57 so far, so he seems to be cruising along. Those two first obstacles aside, like the staff are in the water sort of helping twist that, so once he gets up and over, he can go over. But yeah, clearly a very, very difficult and challenging obstacle course.
You shoot water on the top, okay? Stand up. You shoot water.
This is the aircraft carrier shelter you seized, previously owned by a small faction of about 8.
Well, that was a bit of a side flop once he got to the end. But yeah, like, don't know until you're in it, eh? And how difficult that is. The cold water, the fine motor skills, the grip, the breathing, just the fatigue, all adding up. So yeah, the belly flop that we saw before with one of the other guys, one of the other candidates, the side flop here with Magnus. Good work, man. 5 minutes time to beat.
Oh, that's freaking hard. The jump was like really high too. I don't know, it's always like it doesn't really come across on camera how high that jump was. And the obstacle, like that rolling thing, it's just felt freaking impossible. And it's not over now. I don't even know what we're gonna do next, but
Even Magnus looks like he's got a bit of a black eye. I don't know if he did some of the. He said that there was some self-defense stuff or whatever, or martial arts stuff that they did the night before, and the guy that hurt his ribs, but he looks like he's got a bit of a black eye.
I was so surprised when
Sorry, that's nearly 30 minutes. I was just engrossed in watching this and seeing Magnus and listening to him. Mind you, I've probably talked a heck of a lot more than I should have anyway. But I'm going to park this one here. I'll come back and do a third, maybe a fourth part at some other stage. But yeah, this guy, full credit to Magnus, man. This is awesome. What he gets to do, or what he's worked towards doing and putting himself out there and asking to go and do these things. That's what's awesome. And him sharing his experiences in the process, live in the moment, for our benefit, is really, really cool to see and hear. Anyway, appreciate you all as always. Thank you very much for your support, for your time, for your effort, for your energy, for the kind comments, for everything. I really, really do appreciate it. It means the world to me. Thank you very much. To those of you that are going through any challenges, trials, struggles, obstacles, hardships, heartache, whatever it may be, I just encourage you to keep turning up, to just stay in the fight, to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and know and trust that you are far more capable than you think, than you believe, and that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Just stay consistent, stay disciplined. The sun will shine again. As always, go always a little further. Who dares wins. And until the next video, from me to you, a big mana wave filled with my aroha, respect, appreciation, and gratitude for each of you.